You've been lied to. You've been told that success, love, and happiness require endless chasing, grinding, and struggling. But what if I told you the most powerful way to get what you want is to stop chasing it altogether? What if everything you desire is already moving toward you, but your resistance is blocking it? Today, we're going to dismantle everything you thought you knew about manifestation and show you the real way to attract anything effortlessly. The nature of reality. Reality is not what you see. It's what you believe. Everything around you, your job, your relationships, your financial situation, is a reflection of the energy you hold within. If you believe life is a struggle, it will be. If you believe good things come easily, they will. Neville Goddard said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Because the world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are." So if you feel desperate, if you feel like you need something to complete you, you are reinforcing the lack of it. But the moment you detach, the moment you let go, you create space for what you desire to flow in. By the way, if you're vibing with this mindset, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a lot more coming that you won't want to miss. The power of detachment. Lao Tzu said, "By letting it go, it all gets done. The world is won by those who let it go." This is where most people fail. They think about what they want, but they also hold on to fear, anxiety, and doubt. They check the clock, wondering why it hasn't arrived yet. They analyze every detail, second-guessing their decisions, worrying about whether they're doing enough. That's the energy of resistance, the very thing that slows them down. Think of a river. Water flows effortlessly toward its destination. It doesn't force its way. It doesn't chase the ocean. It simply moves in alignment with nature. If the river encounters a rock, it doesn't stop or panic. It moves around it, adjusting its path, but never losing its direction. Now imagine someone standing in the river, trying to push the water forward with their hands. They splash, struggle, and exhaust themselves, yet the water remains unaffected. That's what most people do when they chase and obsess. They block the flow with their own desperation. But when you step back, relax, and trust, the current naturally takes you where you to all areas of life. Success, relationships, personal growth, even health. Take James Clear, for example. Before he wrote Atomic Habits, he didn't obsess over writing a bestseller. He simply focused on writing consistently, improving his craft, and sharing his knowledge. He let go of the need for instant success and trusted that his efforts would compound over time. And they did. His book eventually became one of the best-selling self-improvement books of all time. If he had spent every day worrying about when his breakthrough would happen, he might have disrupted the natural flow of success. Another example is Jim Carrey. Before he became famous, he wrote himself a check for $10 million and dated it 5 years in the future. But instead of fixating on how it would happen, he focused on his work. He auditioned, improved his craft, and trusted that the right opportunities would come. Years later, he landed Dumb and Dumber and received a paycheck that matched the amount he had written years earlier. If he had spent those years in frustration, constantly doubting and chasing, he might have blocked the very opportunities that led to his success. Even in relationships, this principle holds true. The more someone desperately chases love, the more it seems to elude them. People who radiate neediness often push potential partners away, but those who are content within themselves, who let go of desperation and trust that the right person will come, often attract meaningful relationships effortlessly. Just like the river, love flows naturally when you stop trying to force it. There's a reason why some of the most successful, happiest people emphasize patience and surrender. They understand that life unfolds in its own perfect timing. They don't resist or force. They align themselves with the process, take inspired action, and let go of the need for immediate results. So, what if instead of worrying about when things will happen, you focused on simply being in the flow? What if, instead of resisting, you trusted that your efforts, combined with time and alignment, would bring exactly what you need? When you stop pushing against life and start moving with it, things begin to unfold effortlessly. The world is won not by those who force, but by those who trust. Chasing the flow. Manifestation isn't about wishful thinking. It's about becoming. If you want love, become love. If you want success, embody success. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, studied the most successful people of his time and discovered a pattern. They didn't just dream about wealth. They carried themselves as if wealth was already theirs. They spoke, thought, and acted like successful individuals before success even arrived. This wasn't about pretending or faking it. It was about alignment. Consider Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men in history. Before he built his steel empire, he saw himself as a man of influence. His mindset and energy reflected abundance, even when his circumstances didn't. He didn't chase money. He aligned himself with the mindset and habits of the wealthy, and wealth naturally followed. Another perfect example is Muhammad Ali. Long before he became the heavyweight champion, he repeatedly declared, "I am the greatest." He said it so often that he embodied it, and the world simply caught up. He didn't wait for the title to believe in himself. He believed first, and then reality followed. That's manifestation in its purest form. On the other hand, chasing is rooted in lack. If you chase something, it means you believe you don't have it. And if you believe you don't have it, you're telling the universe you lack it, so it stays out of reach. Imagine two job seekers. One walks into an interview nervous, desperate, and afraid they won't get the job. Their energy screams, "I need this." The other walks in with quiet confidence, as if they already belong in the position. They don't chase the opportunity, they attract it. More often than not, the second person gets hired because confidence, not desperation, opens doors. The same principle applies in relationships. A person who constantly seeks validation, who chases love, often finds themselves in unfulfilling situations. But someone who embodies self-love and fulfillment naturally attracts healthy relationships. They don't need love, they are love, and that draws the right people into their lives. If you act as if what you desire is already yours, you shift into alignment. You move with faith instead of fear, confidence instead of doubt. The universe responds to that energy, not to desperation, but to certainty. When you stop chasing and start becoming, success, love, and abundance flow effortlessly of allowing towards. So how do you shift from chasing to attracting? You allow. Imagine planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust nature to do its work. The same goes for manifestation. The problem is, most people plant the seed, but then doubt whether it will grow. They check it constantly, panic when they don't see results, and end up uprooting their own manifestations with fear and impatience. Think about a farmer. He doesn't plant crops and then sit by the field, stressing about whether they'll sprout. He trusts the process. He does his part, preparing the soil, watering and tending to the plants. But he doesn't force growth. He knows that with time, the harvest will come. That's the mindset of someone who attracts. Compare this to someone desperate for success. They start a business but constantly worry about whether customers will come. They check their sales every 5 minutes, feel discouraged when things don't happen instantly, and eventually give up. Their impatience kills the momentum. A real-life example is Steve Jobs. When Apple was struggling, he didn't panic and chase quick fixes. He trusted his vision, stayed aligned with innovation, and let the right opportunities come. He focused on building something great, rather than obsessing over immediate results. The world eventually caught up. The same principle applies to relationships. Imagine someone who's looking for love but constantly worries about whether they'll ever find the right person. They overanalyze every date, fear rejection, and try to force connections. That energy pushes people away. But someone who trusts that love will come naturally, focuses on being their best self, and enjoys life effortlessly attracts the right partner. Let go, trust, relax into the knowing that it's already done. The more you chase, the more resistance you create. The moment you release control, things begin to fall into place. Steps to manifestation. Here's how to embody this truth in your daily life. 1. Assume the state of already having it. Walk, talk, and think as if your manifestation is already real. Feel the emotions of having it now. Muhammad Ali didn't wait to be the champion before calling himself the greatest. He declared it first, embodied that belief, and the world simply followed. If you want wealth, don't focus on not having money. Carry yourself with confidence. Make decisions like someone who is already successful, and watch how opportunities start to align. 2. Detach from the outcome. Know it's coming, but don't obsess over when or how. Just trust. A farmer doesn't dig up his crops every day to check if they're growing. He plants, nurtures, and allows nature to do the rest. If you constantly stress about whether your manifestation is working, you introduce resistance. The more you let go and trust, the faster things unfold. 3. Follow your intuition. When you align with your desires, opportunities naturally arise. Pay attention and act when you feel inspired. Oprah Winfrey didn't chase her success. She followed her inner guidance, took inspired action, and doors opened in ways she never expected. When something feels right, act on it. When it feels forced, step back and reassess. The right path always reveals itself when you're in alignment. 4. Stay in a high vibration state. Gratitude, joy, and presence magnetize what you want faster than anything else. Jim Carrey, before he became famous, would drive up to Mulholland Drive and feel what it was like to be a successful actor, even when he was broke. He focused on gratitude, joy, and excitement, rather than lack. The universe responds to energy, not desperation. When you live in a state of appreciation, you attract more to be grateful for. The shift from chasing to attracting isn't about luck. It's about embodying the energy of what you desire. Act as if, trust the process, take inspired action, and let go of doubt. The more you align, the faster everything flows to you effortlessly. Here's the truth. You don't get what you want. You receive what you are. Stop waiting for external changes. Change internally, and the world around you will follow. Think of a thermostat. It doesn't react to the environment. It sets the environment. If you want wealth, success, love, or confidence, you must become the version of yourself that already has it. When you are that person internally, your external reality has no choice but to reflect it. Oprah Winfrey didn't wait for someone to validate her success before she stepped into her power. She became the person she envisioned, strong, confident, and purposeful, long before the world recognized her greatness. The same goes for Elon Musk, who didn't wait for approval to build Tesla or SpaceX. He moved with conviction, as if success was inevitable, and the world aligned around him. You are already the person who has what you desire. Act from that place. Move from that place. If you want love, radiate love. If you want success, embody success in your habits, thoughts, and energy. The moment you shift from wanting to being, everything shifts in your favor. This is the way. Not chasing, not forcing, just being. And when you truly understand this, life becomes limitless. Drop a comment below, and if this video hit home for you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications.